What do we do when we have so many interests and we don't know the exact best step to take? There's so many options here, especially if you feel like you're creative. We are all creators at the end of the day, but if you feel like you're ultra creative, there's so many options for you to take on different interests. You could love to paint, you could love to draw, you could love photography, you could love literally doing business, you could love selling, you could love, working, just different types of creative jobs that are all available to us on this planet. Now, where the issue comes is society, just in general, doesn't favor having so many different interests because we're just mandated to work, right? And a lot of times the work that we're doing that's creative, it can start to feel mundane once we're attaching it to a business or a corporation. So a realization that I'm having and have been having is like, yes, this is the rules that we have to play by because this is just the way that the world works. However, you need to start breaking the rules if it's truly something that you love. When we're young, we're taught and programmed to go through school all the exact same way. You have different things like private school or charter school where the education is a bit more diverse. You're actually more tested on what you truly want to do while you're here and what you truly are strong at, what you're weak at. But for the most part, especially in America, the school systems have failed us. The systems failed us. A lot more people are waking up to the system that has failed us. But it's like as if everybody is the same when you're going all the way from kindergarten to the end of high school. You're told to pick an interest for college, and we hope that you go to college. However, throughout your high school years, you were doing the exact same work as many other people for the most part, especially in public schools. So you're almost in a way discouraged from being different from the minute you're enrolled in school. You're discouraged from being different or trying something outside of the norm. It doesn't help that the way that you're raised, our parents most likely had to go through the same thing, where they were told, well, this is just the way it is. This is how life is. We're at a point in time where even though the work continues, corporations are charging more money, they're making more money, but they're being more greedy. Wages aren't going up. However, what you're putting into your work, they want you to work more for earning less money. Once you begin to challenge this notion and challenge what's truly going on this planet, and even deeper than that, like you start asking like, why? Why have we created a society like this? It gets to a laughable point sometimes when I think about it. I'm like why? Like, well, why? Why did we make a society like this? Where we're not given the liberty to be creative the way we want to. So, about me, I'm a very, very creative person, and I've always asked questions, and I've always tried to push myself to, do the things I want to do. We gotta play this game of life, play this system of life, and we have to understand that there's no option to not quit if you really want to do what you love to do. No matter what the trials are that are pushed against you, whether it's people saying you can't do that because that's an unsafe lifestyle, you might go broke. A lot of people that are working a 9 to 5 every day and doing the same thing every day, still broke. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Even the people that truly like actually love their corporate jobs, they're starting to realize it too and be like, well, what are we doing? But here, I want to give some advice. If you have a bunch of hobbies, not hobbies, I don't like the word hobbies because I think that that's something programmed to think like this can't be your full-time job. That's what we call hobbies here. But if you have a bunch of interests, what you need to do is pursue these with all the energy possible that you can, no matter what situation you're in. Whether you're in college and your homework is so taxing, your assignments are so taxing, whether you're working a corporate job that you don't actually love and you love to do something outside of that, but right now it's not bringing in the money. You have to pursue it to the utmost that you can. That doesn't mean you need to sacrifice like 8 hours a day to do something. But it does mean every day you need to make a conscious effort to get better at the skill that you love, so that in time, this skill is going to be able to pay those bills. It's going to be able to pay those bills. It's going to be able to pay that rent. Help you live a healthy life that's sustainable. In my situation currently, I've been an artist for a corporation for now, at this point, it was 6 years. I took the liberty to basically say like, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. Leaving on a whim. I don't advise this for everybody. Just leaving on a whim and you don't really have everything planned out. That's not the route for everybody. But it got to the point with me where my creative freedom was so shackled and what I was doing was not bringing me joy, right? And every time I spoke out on something, I felt like it was just like, hey, just do what you're told to do, because we're not going to change the way that this system works here, which is the same for most systems. So I went out on a whim, and currently I'm still out on a whim. Was getting paid a good amount of money, traveled a lot, met some cool people along the way. You don't meet many, but you meet some cool people along the way that really think differently and appreciate your work and want the best for you. But I knew ultimately it was going to come a point at some point anyways where it was just going to be too much. And I really had to have these talks with myself and not ask for any outside opinions besides a few. And even then, going deeper just within my own ideas. Because when I put my 2 weeks in to say I'm done, I didn't ask for anybody's permission. And that's something about life. You don't need anybody's permission to do what you think is the best for you. We're born here. We don't even really know how we're brought into this world. Once again, school systems have failed us. Instead of teaching us about the history, and even if they don't know the full history, we know who's ever running this earth could do a better job of telling us information. Because once you start looking back at the Egyptians and just people that were here before, the Egyptians, if you want to get deeper, the Anunnaki, different tribes, the Aztec tribes, everything like that. It's like our history is just whitewashed. It's like, this didn't happen the way that you want it to actually be the truth. We're going to manipulate history, and we're going to also not really teach the history that's really out there and ever unfolding. So that's why you need to do your own research. But to get back on track to what I'm trying to say is, you don't owe anybody an explanation for how you live your life, right? Now, you could fail And I'm at the point right now where I'm just doing my own thing. All possibilities are there. I could fail. And it's like, damn, I really gotta like figure this stuff out, because I'm in that mode right now. I have to figure it out. Like, this is survival mode, but I'm trying to survive with love, not trying to survive on a mundane lifestyle. I'm trying to survive with a plan of action to, okay, how much of it can I put up with? And how much less of the mundane tasks that we are supposed to do can I put up with? So that most likely means working a job that's just okay while I'm building up. Right now, I love music, right? That's my creative passion right now. Graphic design was cool, but I'm good. It's not doing the same thing it was doing for me. I'm good. If work comes here and there, I might pick up a task or something like that, but for the most part, I'm good. I don't have a passion for that anymore. And I think it's also insane to me, like, that's not supported. It's like when you want to do something different and you truly have like the passion for it, you have to like fight with everything that you have in order to start a new passion. It's crazy. We change every day. However, when we want to change for the better and we want to actually just do something differently, it's like you're damn near climbing Mount Everest trying to get to that goal. And then, the saying is like, well, you just got to work hard. And okay, I understand that, but it's like, there's so many people that want to do things that they're just limited because society's telling them, like, you should not be going outside of the norm, and keep that as a hobby. That's the main thing. Keep that as a hobby. Keep it as a hobby. Don't do anything different. Just keep it as a hobby. Keep what you love to do outside of work, because that doesn't work here. All right. and that's fine, because I didn't make this society, right? There's a lot of people that think of the subconscious mind like we are all one mind, yes, but even if it is a subconscious thought that we're all connected to, we need to challenge that thought, and we need to make a change to that thought of mind, because there's plenty of money that goes on around in the world that we should have more than an abundance if we wanted to change our job or our lifestyle. Like, we wouldn't be like, okay, time is on the clock, right? Time's on the clock. I gotta make sure once I get out of this job, I gotta make it in like less than a year. And if I don't make it in less than a year, I gotta go back to working that job I don't really like. And if I don't really like this job, I know I'm gonna be back in the loop of not wanting to do it. So I'm not gonna give my best at the job, and then the company's gonna suffer. And then if the company's suffering, I might get fired. And if I get fired, I might end up being homeless. These are real things that people are facing right now. And they've always been facing them. But more people are speaking out on it, especially when you're in a job where corporations are making billions of dollars and your wage is so low. Like, there's no way I put in hours and hours, 10,000s of hours of work on graphic design and art, and then when I have an idea, just because I'm not the person at the top that's calling all the shots, they wouldn't even give a nod ahead to the idea. And then the funny thing is, once they see an idea that they want to run with, they'll act like you never even came up with the idea and not give you credit for it. I don't know, man. It's a crazy system we live in. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Like, we're in a state of like, or in this realm, this planet, whatever you want to call. Like, there's a lot of devilish stuff that goes on. It's a devilish society that we live in. It's like, gimme, 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 take. And then if you want to do something that you love, ignore. And then also the other thing to me is like what's that word? When they try to make you feel crazy because you want to do something, and then, oh yes, gaslighting. It's a society of gaslighting. If you call out something that's wrong in society or say like you hate this about society, it's like, now, okay, now we got to tell you like something might be wrong chemically with your brain, and you probably are depressed, and that's just why you're acting like this, and you're lashing out and you're thinking differently because of this and that. It's gaslighting. And we have a culture of gaslighting it on this earth. You know? And then like calling out the truth and really doing research on the truth, then you find out like more of like what's most likely going on and what's most likely gone on in history. Then people are gonna say like, where'd you hear that? Did you hear it from a video? Someone else is telling you, someone else is influencing you. It's like thinking for yourself like turns into, why are you thinking for yourself / you're not thinking for yourself. You learned it from somewhere else. Oh, of course I learned it from somewhere else, because there's nowhere else to learn things from than other people that live on this earth that are most likely thinking outside the box just like me. So, you know, it's really interesting, man. Like, and it's insane to me, but I have hope. A lot of times I'll try to like say I have hope and say like I'm good, but I'm reaching a point where I was so fed up and mad that I'm like, well, that's what they want. They want us to be mad. If you're thinking outside of the box, it's one thing, but if you're thinking outside of the box and getting mad only, that's only helping them, because that's negative energy that, as we've seen in this world, it feeds off of negative energy. So if I stay mad about a situation, yeah, it might help me create something. It might help me create a fire song. It might help me create a fire beat or come out with a fire project. But if there's not more love in that, then I'm just feeding this system more. Because this system feeds off of negativity. It feeds off of your emotion. So I'm letting love into my life. I'm not going to judge people for living a lifestyle that I think is like mundane or I don't agree with, because I think it fits into the norm of society and people should take more risk. Granted, I think people should be taking more risk at this time, but look on the bright side, there's plenty of people that are taking risk and speaking out and being adventurous, being brave to do what they actually love to do and find a way, and just saying like, I'm done. I'm done with it. I've had enough. I'm going to do what I love to do, and I'm going to find a way to do it. There's way more people doing that, and I need to just shine light on that. Shine light on what the people that even say like, you're not going to make it, maybe I can help them realize like, we're all here. And if we don't try, of course they're not going to make it. Of course you're not going to make it if you don't try. And even if you don't agree with my lifestyle or the things I say, some of the things I say, they're controversial. I'm not going to lie and say like everything I say is correct. I'm not always correct. And I can apologize. I've been wrong plenty of times, and I'm sure I'll be wrong plenty more times in my life. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to compromise all the time for what other people want me to say or live my life like. We all have different minds. There's so many great minds in this world, and shackling them or trying to like downplay them, even though sometimes it's out of what we believe is love, trying to downplay a mind, that's sabotaging in a way, you know? So, with that being said, if you have so many interests and you don't know what to do with them because you're so stuck, just start on that one interest that's on your mind and work your ass off every day. If you get out of a job that's so taxing, you have to make the sacrifice. Sit down, take a nap, wake up. You got to at least put 30 minutes to an hour. 30 minutes will change your life a day. 30 minutes will turn to an hour. After an hour, after a week, that's 7 hours of practice that you put in. for 1 week, to where you might have been thinking in your head like, I have no time. You know, you're gonna have to take periods of time where you look crazy to other people, or people are gonna tell you you're in the wrong. People are gonna tell you, why are you saying this? Why are you being distant? You know, you have to be distant sometimes in this life. Maybe a lot of times, because it's an evil place we live in. There's a lot of selfishness, there's a lot of greed, but sometimes you need to be selfish in order to elevate, because it's not out of you just being like outrightly evil, right? But you gotta take your space, you gotta take your time. That might hurt other people, but we live in a world where you have to sacrifice, because they're not playing fair. If you go along with everything, that's cool, right? That's good for some people. That's what I'm coming to terms with. That's good for some people. I just can't find the strength in me to always agree or always be the utmost caring for what other people's feelings are, especially if it's feelings that, you know, I don't agree with, or if I feel like I just have to take a step back. The love's always going to remain. It's just that love comes in different forms. Loving yourself is the #1 priority. You don't owe your time to anybody else's like ideals or concepts or visions. If you can truly love yourself, that's only going to help them. And, you know, it's going to seem weird at the beginning, and it might seem like, damn, I'm a villain at the beginning. But when you take the time for yourself and you don't talk, sometimes silence is the best for you, because silence, it instills growth, it instills courage, it instills bravery, it instills an unwavering emotion that's going to ultimately help people once you come out of that solitude. If people can't understand that or love you for it, then you need to question if they truly have your best interest. So that's what I would say for your creative interest, man. Right now in my life, I'm just figuring things out. I'm gonna keep creating music. If you guys ever want to follow me, COVN ! That's my channel that I create music. And it's gonna be a lot more on the love side of things. Now, I'm not gonna say that I don't have moments where I want to create a song just because I'm fed up with some things or feel a certain way about this world, or a certain way about a situation and how I feel like I'm being treated. But love's the priority. And a lot of times you're gonna have to make yourself the priority if you want to really be great in terms of what you want to live. I don't want a complex life. I don't want to make all this money and, you know, work my whole life for somebody else and, you know, retire when I'm 60, or I don't know, the average is like 62 now, retire when I'm 60 and do all this other stuff in between. Like, I don't know, man. I don't care. I don't, there's a lot of things that I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't care to do that. I don't care to work all my life and then kind of enjoy the rest of my life, I guess, when I'm old. Like, I want to live right now. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a way to live right now. And no matter how hard it is, I'll find the way. So once you make that actual commitment to, I'm going to live the way that I want to live right now. I'm not going to wait on the perfect opportunity or wait till I have this much in my savings or the retirement fund goes up this much, or I'm not going to wait till I can't take it anymore because I already couldn't take it anymore. I'm going to live the way I want right now. and do what I want right now. I want a simple life. I don't need to make a bunch of money. The less I think about money and making money and how am I gonna live and what's this and, oh, are you gonna get sick just because you're not working? What's the health insurance gonna be like? They're barely helping people out anyway. They're prescribing drugs to people that are doing more damage to them than helping. Anything could happen to me. I understand that. You know? You're not here forever. Like, we're not immortal beings. That's just the reality of being in the human body. But playing the game and playing into all the games and the rules of the game, like, I don't care. I don't care. And it feels good to say it. It's like, I don't care. I don't care. Say it sometimes to yourself, like, I don't care. It's so freeing to just say it sometimes. Like, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Say what you want to say about someone else's lifestyle. You know, judge it. Even if it's truly out of love, sometimes it's just not clocking. It's not going to clock to me if I'm living the life that I want to live. Well, let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. The sun's starting to rise up more, so I'm gonna start getting ready to wrap this up, get this video out to you guys. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section. Are you going through something that's similar, or you've gone through things that are similar in your life? Because there's plenty of people that are just way wiser than me that have wisdom, that have taken these chances, or even if they didn't take a chance, they're like, well, I do think you're doing it wrong. That's okay. But I don't want to look back. I'm 26 right now. I don't want to look back. I always told myself, by 30, I'm going to be done working. I will quit by 30. I'll be retired by 30. I don't want to look back and say, well, I'm 30 now and I have worked and, you know, I have a lot of money now. Maybe I'll go for that thing that I want to do now. Maybe I want to pursue music now. Like, no, I'm going to put all my eggs basically in one basket, right? And pursue music. Along the way, I'll find the work that I need to do. I have skills. I've built skills. I've built communication skills. I've built design skills. I've built, you know, art skills. I've built real human relationship skills that can help me. So I'll take the risk now and I'll deal with the consequences. And I'll be critical on society because the society is, it's just like blah. It's just blah to me a lot of times. It's like blah. There's no passion for other people to excel in this society, the current state it is. So that's why a lot of people are speaking out on it. But you guys let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll catch y'all soon.